Yo, it's Thursday, May 7th, 2026, and you're listening to Blue Lightning Daily. I'm Hunter, currently recovering from an AI that tried to tighten my script by deleting the part where the plot happens.
And I'm Riley, and I would like to formally apologize to my future self because I just let an AI rewrite a caption, and it came out sounding like a LinkedIn post that drinks raw celery juice.
Today's episode is also fully machine-made end-to-end, like we're basically two digital puppets arguing about other digital puppets.
Honestly, very on brand for the timeline.
All right, main story. OpenAI quietly made GPT-5.5 Instant the default model in ChatGPT. No big confetti cannon, no choose-your-fighter model picker moment. You just open a new chat and boom, new daily driver.
This is the most important kind of update, though. Not the look at my new benchmark score update. The your intern just shipped 50 ads and the AI didn't invent a feature update. Defaults run the world.
Exactly. Like nobody reads the policy doc. The policy doc is the new chat button. If the default is steadier, every workflow gets less chaotic.
Okay, but what's the silent breaking change for creators who don't even know what model they're on?
The vibe shift is shorter answers by default. Less here is a 12-step framework, more here is the copy. If you've been relying on ChatGPT to be your overly enthusiastic creative director, you might suddenly feel like it got professionally efficient.
Wait, but that's good. Because the long answers were never value, they were just friction. Like, I didn't need a manifesto, I needed 3 TikTok hooks and a title that doesn't sound like a robot reading a subpoena.
Totally. But I'll give a real breaking change. A lot of people have prompts that say be concise or no bullets because they were trying to tame the beast. Now those prompts might overcorrect. Your system prompt might be like, be brief. And GPT 5.5 Instant is already brief, so you get like 5 words and a dream.
Oh my god, yes. The minimalist era where your AI just responds, do it.
Good luck.
OpenAI is also pushing this less hallucination angle. The question is, what moves trust faster? Fewer lies or fewer paragraphs of vibes?
Fewer lies. No contest. If it's shorter but wrong, it's still wrong, just quicker to embarrass you.
I agree, but I think shorter answers actually help you catch wrong faster. If the model gives you a wall of text, your eyes glaze over and you miss the one fake statistic hiding in there like a little misinformation gremlin.
That's fair. Shorter outputs are easier to audit, like creators don't need more content. We need more shippable.
Exactly. Reliability is a production feature. People think it's nerd stuff, but it's literally the difference between posting and deleting.
And this is part of a bigger pattern we've been talking about this week. AI tools are becoming less chat toys and more workflow surfaces.
Yes! Like Gemini rolling out Canvas and notebooks. Canvas is the shareable artifact thing, and notebooks are persistent project spaces. That's Google basically screaming, stop copy-pasting the same brief every day.
Adobe did the same vibe shift with practical upgrades too. Photoshop 27.6 wasn't flashy. It was like better generative fill, rotate object, remove tool cleanup. Less magic show, more ship the thumbnail.
And Firefly pulling Kling 3.0 into the workflow? That's not a model flex. That's Adobe saying, please stop living in 15 browser tabs just to generate a single clip you can actually edit.
So OpenAI making GPT 5.5 Instant the default is basically your baseline assistant is now designed for high-frequency work. Hooks, rewrites, campaign variants, formatting, structured outputs, the stuff you do all day.
Which means, if it needs less babysitting, what do teams do with that time? Double output or double down on human QA?
I want to say QA because the risk at scale is still real. Even with fewer hallucinations, you still need review. But practically, teams will do both. They'll ship more, and the smart ones will build lightweight checks.
Like what?
Like a truth pass step. If you're doing marketing copy, have a checklist. Product claims, pricing, dates, legal language, even just making the AI label which statements are factual claims versus creative language helps.
Wait, I love that. Make it highlight claims so your human brain knows where to look. That's actually such a creator-friendly move.
Yeah, and if you're in a team, use a shared system prompt that includes brand constraints and a required output format, so you aren't wrangling different personalities per teammate.
Okay, but we have to talk about memory. OpenAI is making memory more controllable, more visible. Personalized assistant versus brand contamination machine. Where do you land?
In a solo context, memory is amazing. In a client context, it's terrifying. If you bounce between brands, you do not want the model remembering that one client loves snark and then bringing that energy into the nonprofit healthcare brief.
Or worse, it remembers some internal campaign name and drops it into a totally different deck. Like, congrats, you just invented corporate espionage via autocomplete.
So the move for teams is governance. Separate workspaces, separate accounts if needed, be intentional about what gets stored, and audit memory like it's a teammate's notes.
I feel like that's the real adulting of AI, not prompts, settings.
Now, quick ecosystem check because the whole AI world is acting like it drank too much electricity. Anthropic partnering with SpaceX for compute.
That headline is pure dystopian sitcom. AI safety company partners with Elon's rocket company for GPUs. It's like rivals sharing a toothbrush because the bathroom is on fire.
The takeaway for creators is indirect but real. Compute scarcity affects your tool availability. Rate limits, slowdowns, pricing. If a company's getting throttled, your workflow gets throttled.
So if you've ever been like, why is my assistant suddenly slow at peak hours? It's because someone somewhere is hoarding GPUs like their concert tickets. Speaking of chaos, did you see the AI prank where someone made a fake news broadcast turning himself into a fugitive?
Yes, and it's funny until it isn't, because the tools to generate real enough news formatting are basically consumer grade now.
Non-paranoid advice for normal people. Pick one verification habit you can actually keep. Like if a clip makes you emotional fast, pause, search the headline, check a reputable outlet. If it's real, it'll exist in more than one place.
And for creators, watermark your own behind the scenes. Keep project files. Maintain a paper trail. In the anything can be faked era, receipts are part of the brand.
Meanwhile, the most wholesome AI story is an AI deciphering doctor handwriting. That's like AI's true calling, translating cursed scribbles into human language.
I'm into that, but also, if hospitals start relying on AI interpretation, you need accountability. If it confidently misreads something that's not a meme, that's a problem.
Yeah, confidence is cute in a caption generator, not in medicine.
And finally, the petty internet is thriving people, generating cartoonishly evil boss portraits with ChatGPT.
Look, I'm not saying it's healthy. I'm saying it's cheaper than therapy and the lighting is better.
Office AI usage, sanctioned productivity, and higher resolution pettiness. Both can be true.
Also, Gemini getting laughs with self-deprecating quips? That's a whole trend. Models being like, I'm not a magic bullet.
It might be a soft safety feature, honesty about limits, but also personality can make you trust it more than you should. A charming assistant can still be wrong.
Yeah, comedy is not a fact check.
So bottom line on GPT 5.5 instant being default, this isn't hype, it's infrastructure. It's OpenAI betting that creators want fewer rerolls, fewer made-up claims, and less fluff.
And creators should treat it like a workflow upgrade, not a license to stop thinking. Use the time you save to tighten your pipeline. Templates, QA, brand guardrails, and maybe, I don't know, touching grass occasionally.
Or generating an evil boss portrait of the algorithm that keeps changing your reach.
Now that's self-care.
Thanks for hanging with us on Blue Lightning Daily.
Go check out bluelightningtv.com for AI news and updates, and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode where an AI inevitably tries to replace one of us with a shorter, cleaner answer.
If I get replaced by a concise bullet list, please avenge me with tasteful kerning.
Deal. Catch you later.